Hello guys, my name is Pahos Athanasios from WixCode. Today we're going to see the new Wix emails. So before that, to send the emails, you had to integrate SendGrid or some other similar service. But now Wix has released an in-house service for that. Here is the email editor. You have the subject. On the subject, you have a button that's called Add Variable. Here, as you can see, I have added thanks for getting in touch and then fname and lname. That's the first name and last name that I say in the code here. So basically, each variable that you have here, you change it via the code. As you can see here, I have first name is the fname. I have email, which is my email variable. I have 3 custom fields, CF1, CF2, and CF3. Again, each one has this variable here. Now, these values are being grabbed by these fields here. Obviously, you can have anything you want here, like I will show on my next example. But for this first view, we will just have these fields here, and when the user fills them, it will send an email to him with the details he entered. For the moment, Wix only allows to send emails to your registered users because it's using the Wix Users API. So your user will have to be registered to your website and logged in while he fills the form. So let's do a test. Let's have some information here. Now, once I click send email, on this button I had a on-click event. The on-click event, just like we talked on our previous tutorials, the on-click event is triggered when this button is clicked. So when the button is clicked, this event is going to be triggered and this code here will run. Now this code, I explained what it does, we will see it later more clearly. Once the button is clicked, this will run. So now I click the button, so if I refresh the page here, I will see the email. Thanks for getting in touch, Athanasios Pahos. So as you can see, let me grab that here and have that here. As you can see on the subject, I have thanks for getting in touch, Athanasios Pahos, fname, lname. Like you saw on the code, which I have here, like you saw in the code, these fields got grabbed by here. I filled them here. Name, let me have that here and have that here. Okay, so as you can see, I have filled the name and last name with Pahos and Athanasios, and as you can see here, I have my 2 variables. So it replaced those 2 variables with my first name and last name here. If I go into the email, you will see, again, as we have here, fname, lname, email, CF1, CF2, and CF3, they all got replaced by my entries here. As you can see, test 1, test 1, test 2, test 2, test 3, test 3. So for the first step, you need to understand what the variables here, how the variables here change. If you understand that basic part, that basic rule, then all the rest will be really easy. You will know how to do more advanced stuff like the one I will show you next. But you need to understand the basic logic first. So let's take a quick recap. We have a form here and we have some text here with variables next to it. These variables are being grabbed by the code. This is your code. This part right here is the variable's name. This one right here. So this variable will be grabbed from whatever value this variable has. So by this value. So this variable will get this value. The fname variable will get this value. The lname variable will get this value. It's fairly easy when you understand the basic logic. And you do this for each field you have in here. Now let's go ahead and do it from the start so that you can see how it's happening from the start. Okay, so let's create a new page. Let's have it as no header and footer. Okay, we're going to go to our Wix dashboard, select the website that we're going to use. For now, I will use my email test. We'll click select site. Now, email marketing and triggered emails. And triggered emails from this menu. Now here I have already filled my information, so I will open a different site to do it from the start so that you can see that procedure. Let me just grab another one. Okay. Okay, so this is a screen that you will first see. This is my screen because I have already created that one, but this is the screen that you will see. You will need to click on Get Started, and it will open you that form here. Let's say you have a quotation form on which you require some information from your client. For example, let's have here, thank you for your quote. And now we want to display the user's first name and last name here. How do we do that? Thank you for your quote. We click Add Variable, fname. What I'm putting here is obviously optional. You can have anything you like. And lname. So now what we have done here, we have wrote a simple text. Nothing is going to change here. This is going to be displayed exactly like that. Thank you for your quote. And we added two variables, fname and last name. this is going to be changed via the code on your website. So if I have my F name as Athanasios and L name as Spahos, this will change to thank you for your quote, Athanasios Spahos. Let's go in here now and add some stuff. We said we have a quotation form. So let's say we have a quote ID of our users, our client's name, first name, last name. If the quotation is about an apartment name, apartment details, and anything else you want. Let's keep that for the moment. So now we have 5 lines. All that is a simple text. Nothing will change from here. All that will remain static. What it says here will say on each email. We need to add the variables now. We go next to the quote ID and click Add Variable. Now on the variable name, let's have quote ID. The fallback value is what you want the value to be replaced with if this specific value is not provided by you via the code. Sometimes that might happen for some optional fields. So here we say not specified. F name, we will have F name. So now we have our texts and our variables. So we will have here quote ID, and the quote ID will be replaced from the variable quote ID. The first name will be replaced by the first name, the last name by the last name, the apartment name by the apartment name, and the apartment details with the apartment details. So that was it. This is your email. It's ready. You just click Save and Publish. And now you need to verify your email. So here you will need to have the name that is going to be displayed. For example, Future Vision Web. This is going to be displayed as the sender, and the reply to email, which is the email that all the replies is going to be redirected to. You click Save, and now on your email you will get a code. And click Confirm. Now it's ready. You click Got it and click Save and Publish. Now you will get an ID for this email once it's done saving. You will get this email ID. To better handle this, let's change it to quotation, to quote email. We need the quote ID, the first name, the last name, the apartment name, and the apartment details. Okay, so 5 fields. Let's add 5 fields. So you don't actually need to write the code here. If you click Save and Publish, you will get the code snippet ready. First, let's import the API. And now let's get the code. So it gives us the code almost ready. You don't need to change that. It's your quote email, which is this one, it gets it automatically. What you need to change is we'll have that as Wix users dot current user Wix users dot current user dot ID, because here we need the user ID and we get the user ID by using something like that. And now here we need to have our fields, which is input 1 value. Let's paste that to all the others. And change the element ID here. Input 1, input, okay, so this is the input 1. This is the apartment name is the input 3. The F name is the input 2. The apartment details is input 4. And L name is input 5. That's why it's always better to have names on your IDs, on your elements IDs, because now I try to find which one is which one, and it doesn't take a lot of time, but it does take unnecessary time. If I had it as apartment name, I wouldn't need to search for input 3. I would just write here apartment name. That's why it's always best to have your IDs to best find the element that you need. So now what we have done here, we gave the apartment name whatever value the user inputs here, here. What we gave the quote ID variable whatever the user enters here. We gave the first name variable whatever the user enters here. The apartment details variable whatever the user enters here, and the last name variable whatever the user enters here. Our next step is to add a button to send the email. And an on-click event. And we need to have this code right here. Now let's publish that and go to our email test 2. Let's have for quote ID Jeff. So now if you click send email, you will receive the email like that, but with different details. Now we'll show you a real-life example. So this is a booking site that I've created. To better understand what we need to do, let's take a look at the basic flow of a booking. What is happening here? The user first sees the screen. He selects some stuff. Let's select 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and monthly frequency. Now the user clicks Book Now. He's being redirected to the Book Now page. Here again, he can select some stuff. Now, once he clicks Complete Booking, we need him to do some specific stuff. Okay, yeah, you need to log in first. Let me quickly log in. Because I didn't have a test account, I just set up one and added a new address. So to get back to our booking flow, the user has selected some options, he has an account on the website, and clicks on complete booking. Now the complete booking page opens up and verifies the user's selections. The user clicks next, select his address, has some information here, clicks next. Haven't set up some available dates to test out. Let me quickly add that. Okay, so I have added some dates for this day. Let's select, for example, this one. Now the user fills in some information. And he's being redirected back to his cleaning history and gets the history here. So how will we set that up so the user receives an email with all that information once he completes the booking? So we'll need to have all this information along with his personal details sent to his email. How will we do that? We will go back to our booking page. Not that booking page, the complete booking page. And here we will have on the code, we will go where the user is being redirected to his cleaning history. And here we will add some stuff. So what stuff do we need to add? Let's go back to our dashboard and select this site first. So I'm going to select my website, go to email marketing, triggered emails, and create the form here. So in our example, we need to say thanks for your booking, or let's have it as booking ID. Thanks for your booking with the booking ID. What details we need in here? Thank you for your booking. And what we need: bathrooms, bedrooms, cleaning style, and cleaning frequency. So bathrooms, bedrooms, cleaning style, and cleaning frequency. let's save it. So what I did here, let's take it from the start. I have some information: booking details, bathrooms, bedrooms, cleaning style, frequency. This all is going to be dragged by the code I will show in a bit. And I have some variables: baths, beds, style, freq. All these are going to be grabbed by the code. Address type, city, everything. So let's take our code. Okay, I need to set this up in order to get my code. Let me quickly do that. Okay. Let's have it as booking confirmation. Now let's copy the code. Where will we put that code? Like I showed you earlier on our booking flow, user first clicks next, then selects his address, then fills in some information here, then clicks next, then selects an available date for the booking, and then he fills in his card information. In our code, this happens here. Whenever it is confirmed that the booking has went through. Once the Stripe has given a response that the payment has been successful, it redirects the client to his cleaning history. So before that, we need to have this code. Haven't inserted the Wix users API yet. Now, here we go Wix users dot Wix current. I don't get auto completion because I haven't imported that. Let me quickly import it actually. Okay. All right, so Wix users dot current user dot ID. Now on the variables, so for my example, the city needs to be grabbed by our database. The way I have set it up, in this specific moment, I already have that as a variable. I have it as cur user. So my current user grabbed the information. So the variable current user has some information, is an object, has some information from the database. So we just need to have it like that. And it will grab the information from this specific client. Here also cursor.email. For the apartment type, it's a bit more complex because it's a reference. So I need my address database dot address type. So basically here I got from the current user, let's say database, the address, the reference field from the address. Yeah, it's a bit more advanced. I will need to explain that in a later tutorial. The current user is, for example, let's say user 1. This user 1 on the database has a column address, but this address is referenced to the addresses database, and the address database has a column address type. I will probably make a tutorial about that. It's a bit more advanced and you need to be in the basic logic first. But yeah, it basically just gets the address type from the addresses database that is included to the users database. The cleaning style is, I have it on the booking item, booking.style. Again, booking is just a variable that I have just saved some information there. You can think of it as the fields on our first example. So this value here, the apartment name, which got the value from here and saved it to this variable. My other variable already has it and it passed its own to this variable. Now I'm not sure if it's good showing you all that. It might confuse you a bit. So I would really like if you can write in the comments if you would like me to show you this stuff or just stick to more basic layouts, more understandable. I just wanted to show you that because obviously for a quote ID, for example, you won't have your user filling that in. Your system will generate it. So here on the quote ID, you wouldn't have this value, this one from here. The user wouldn't fill it. It would be grabbed from the system. Somehow you would have to generate it first and then grab it. So it would be something like quote.id, something like that. Okay, just to finish our example, our frequency will get the booking.frequency, booking ID will get booking.bookingid, fname will get current user.fname, apartment will get from the apartment variable. Yeah, I should better stop here because the more I go on, the more you will get confused. Yeah, just forget that. I just wanted to give you an idea of how a more advanced example would be. Thank you so much for watching. Please write in the comments if you think showing more advanced stuff like the one I did before with the booking site is helpful for you, makes you understand a bit of how it works. My opinion is that if you have a real life example, it gives you a better understanding of how it works. But please, do write in the comments if it is helpful or it just confuses you. If it is confusing, please let me know. I will try to stick more to the basic ones. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, it helps me a lot, and have a nice day.